Let's welcome Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, an avid reader and a doctorate in English literature, a full time teaching faculty in Marwadi University, and also a poet, author, and a consistent writer.
So, good morning, ma'am. We welcome you on the platform of Man Mahila Ka.
Good morning.
So, ma'am, please tell me about yourself and your journey.
Okay, I am Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. I have published 5 books so far, and the latest one is Love Beyond Love, which is a collection of 197 poems. And actually, the journey began at the age of 16 when I started to write poetry. And for me, writing was always a journey which is formed deep within. And at the beginning, I used to pen down my questions, which had a very complex set of answers in the diary for all these years. And I believe that finding answers to these questions was the most important challenge. So when I wrote, like, I remember the first poetry when I wrote, that is, the entire universe is a manifestation of Om. So I wondered, what is this sound? What is this eternal sound? And what has mankind to do with it? So I slowly analyzed that it has to do everything with the 3 states of consciousness, that is the dreaming, the waking, and the sleeping states. And actually, it takes around 2 months for me to complete poetry. And the first book is Quest for God and Epiphany. Here, the central character is Meenakshi, who is in search of truth. And actually, it is set in the background of the animate and the inanimate. And finally, the truth is not found, and the journey is still on. And the second book is Poems on the Eternal God, where I express the love for God. And I believed that the love of God is showered on every human being. But what do we do? Only a few understand and realize its value. So, as human beings, we are always caught in the web of profit and loss and life struggle. So, I believed that poetry is a medium which offers you thought, and poetry is the medium which offers you expression. So that is how my latest work, that is Love Beyond Love, is very close to my heart. And I also thought like how life can be portrayed in all its aspects, like in all the innumerable aspects and possibilities which would benefit mankind. So that is the strongest notion. And I also believe that life is a gift given by God, and we have to use it to the maximum extent possible. So we are lucky to be born as human beings. And here in my book, I have made an attempt to celebrate life with all its beautiful colors, the beautiful colors of love, the beautiful color of woman, the place of relationship, and the place of faith. And the third book is regarding postmodernism, which is based on my 4 years of my PhD research. And there is also a collection of short stories, which is Black, A Tale of Unfinished Tales. It is based on the notion of death, supernatural elements, rebirth, and the life beyond. So what I do is I like to read and do research on the roots and sources of all books, that is Vedas and Upanishads. So I believed that in order to experience it, one has to be an experience and also a wide reader. And I also do meditation every day, that is more than 30 minutes. So it gives me the strength to explore myself and also to explore my knowledge. So meditation, it does wonders in one's life. And I have also published more than 40 research papers in national and international journals. And it is based on various themes such as postmodernism, feminism, and eco-criticism, etc. And my most favorite one is known as the eternal theory. The eternal theory, wherein I stated that everything, including atoms, are transcendental. That is, for the atoms in momentum is the final truth of existence.
So, ma'am, tell me about the challenges that you have faced in your journey.
Okay. I have faced a lot of challenges in my journey. And one of the greatest challenge that has intrigued me a lot was the question of spirituality. And the word spirituality, it is used in Indian scriptures. It is defined as Atman, or it is defined as the self. And the soul, it exists by itself. And I was wondering whether it is a living dynamic conscious force or supreme conscious. So what is it? And what is the higher power which controls us? And finally, it is considered to be the source of all knowledge. It is considered to be the source of all existence. And it is considered to be the source of all bliss. So I started reading into Vedas and Upanishads. And somewhere I found that there were two consciousness. One is the individual and the other is the universal. So the challenge is how we as human beings would connect to the higher self or the higher states of consciousness. And I also realized that the mind, the body, and the soul are to brought into unison. And also knowing is being. And when you realize that, you surrender your entire self to the eternal. And I also realized that spiritual journey is a very complex process. There are no answers to it. It is always open-ended questions. So at one part of my life, I found that the senses, the form, the virtues, the vices, everything is empty. And when one goes beyond the dreaming states and attains nothingness, so that is what you call the highest state of spirituality. And when I wrote about love beyond love, I wanted to paint like how it is to be like being a woman, and what is the need for inspirational poetry in the times of COVID, and also expressing the love for self and self-will was the key aspect in the book. And the book, it represents my love for poetry. As I always believe, I would like to quote, the testimony of life. The testimony of life rakes in between, willing to die and to will out the unreachable. So we are just caught into willing to die and willing to reach the unreachable, which is beyond. And actually, I believe that life offers us lot of challenges, lot of tests. So daily we are on the role of profit and loss. So what do? Our whole life we live like, I want to achieve this goal, I want to achieve the other goal, after other, one after other. So at the end, what do? We just live without realizing the truth. What is the truth? The truth is to be happy. The truth is to be content. And the truth is to be blissful every day. And somewhere in the journey of life, that is the journey, it becomes more important than destination. So I believe that life is full of struggle and it doesn't matter who won or who lost. So it is within us that we have to explore the self and the challenges. And also I believe that everything, it depends on mind. That is the attitudes and ideas that shape us. So if you think, I think and therefore I am, you exist. And if you feel that I think and I don't exist, you don't exist at all. So it is just a clock which is oscillating between the animate and the inanimate. And I also believe that life gives us two choices, that is to be a winner or to be a loser, to be a winner or to be a loser. And yet sometimes the winner does not attain peace and the loser doesn't lose happiness. So it is our mind which controls our actions and consequences.
So ma'am, tell me about who is your inspiration?
I'm very thankful to my father and mother who taught me the value of time and self-will, and my husband who believed in me. And I'm very thankful to the eternal, and I believe that the divine nature or divine mother or the providence, it paves a way for you when you have a will in your heart and mind. And for me, the search is always endless. And it took me a lot of courage and patience to dwell into the secrets of the universe. And our whole life, what we are doing, we are just seeing through the keyhole of limited senses. And I believe that the search is still hidden somewhere deep in our mind, it is hidden deep in our soul, and it is hidden deep in the various layers of consciousness. So going further, I also realized that like silence, it has a very important role to play in one's life. Silence is golden, silence is eternal, and silence is very beautiful. And you can listen to the voice of God and bliss when you are alone. And finally, I also believe that the creator is always waiting for you to return into the world of invisible and the subtle lessons. And the creator just wants to embrace us into the divine love. That is, he is the father, he is the mother who always dissolves our ego and the I. And finally, we reach the unlimited access of Satchidananda, the eternal truth or the eternal bliss.
Ma'am, any social change you want to do or you want to convey to the society?
Yes, like any social change, actually it begins with the inner self. And in order to bring a change outside, one has to explore the innumerable hidden layers of potential which mankind is capable of. So mankind is capable of achieving everything, doing anything. So the problem with us is we don't realize what we are capable of. We don't realize the hidden areas of potential which we are capable of. Like sometimes we are limited by external environment, sometimes we are limited by intrinsic environment. So whatever the external environment or whatever the internal environment is, we should not move away from achieving the spirit of mankind. So this is the social change I want to bring in.
Any message or any word pitch you want to give to Man Mahila Ka?
Yes, so first let me congratulate Man Mahila Ka team for the wonderful work. And like women, they are the backbone of the society, and to portray the success stories of women is a great achievement in itself. And I wish you very success in highlighting the wonderful women, wonderful work done by women. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are pleased to so that you build up some time for us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.